Hi there guys, Bowlington here, and today I would like to welcome you back to another episode of Skygrid. Today, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing off my new little Cobblestone Generator that I looked up a tutorial on how to build and built, and it's pretty awesome compared to what I used to have, which is no longer here. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be building, and we're going to be building a lot. And just so that everyone knows, I did not get them with cheats. So that's all legitimate. I mined all of that up legitimately. And let's see how this thing works, basically. And it's pretty easy. All I have to do is break this block and this block. And it only breaks, I think, the person on YouTube said that it was 98% efficient, but it's not. It's closer to 85% efficient as best I can estimate. Because it does have some... It has a significant number burn up in the lava, but other than that, it's a really good cobblestone generator compared to the one I had. The one I had was just atrocious. I'm really glad that it's gone. So we have pretty much a pretty good supply of cobblestone. This took me about an hour, so it takes about an hour per half chest to get all of the chest completely full. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building. We're just going to continue going up like we have been. And once we get a bigger section of this place done, then we'll be able to start doing some more interesting stuff. But it's just this is our biggest project at the moment. It's what's pressing, and we need to get it done. So we'll go ahead and we'll just suffer through it and go ahead and do it. But yeah, I did have some stuff that I wanted to talk about today, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was Skyrim. Since the new DLC came out, the Dragonborn DLC, I went ahead and bought it for PlayStation, and I've played a good chunk of it. The reason that I went ahead and bought Dragonborn is because it is set in Solstheim, which is the island. If you ever played Morrowind, it's one of the locations that you can go to in Morrowind, and it's basically this big frozen island in the north. I think it's off the northwest coast of Morrowind, but that's where the DLC is set. So basically, Bethesda brought a lot of the stuff from Morrowind into Skyrim, which is very cool. There's a couple hang-ups I have with it, but overall it's been really good and it's been pretty fun. One of the hang-ups I have about it is that they weren't really true to the Morrowind landscape. Like the landscape that they put this new expansion in it's different. It's very, very different from what was in Morrowind. And Morrowind as a whole was slightly less hilly. Like there wasn't a whole lot of change in elevation, which I can understand them putting in elevation in Skyrim's engine to make it look better. But I think they went a little bit too far changing up the landscape. I don't get that feel, that nostalgic feel like I'm in Solstheim, like I did in Morrowind. But speaking about nostalgia, the one thing that they did do right is they brought Morrowind's music back into Skyrim. So when you're hiking around Solstheim, you're hearing the really good soundtrack from Morrowind, and Morrowind had a fantastic soundtrack, just like every single Elder Scrolls. In my opinion, it's the best. I would have said, if that's even a sentence, I used to think that it was the best, but Oblivion had a pretty good soundtrack. I will admit, I did like Oblivion's soundtrack, but I don't know. It's a close first and second place for me as far as hang on, we gotta concentrate. Boom. Okay, so it's done. But it's a close first and second between Oblivion and Morrowind as far as the soundtracks go. But it's still good nonetheless, and I'm really glad that they brought the music back into the expansion, so that when you're running around, you're hearing the authentic sound from Morrowind, and that is something that's very, very, very nostalgic. So you'll be walking around. And if you played Morrowind as much as I did, I probably put at least 1,000 hours into that game. I wouldn't be surprised if I put in more, because I literally found every single magical item in the entire game. Completed, I think, 96% of the entire quest for the entire game. All that includes all the side quests, all the town quests, all of the random quests that were in that game. I completed all of them. So I put a huge amount of time into Morrowind, and I loved that game. I actually went through 3 different copies of the disc, because the first 2, one of them got scratched, and then the second one I lent to somebody, and then it got destroyed somehow. Like it got melted somehow, if I remember correctly. Somehow something hot dripped on it in the kitchen, or something weird. Something happened to it, and it got melted. But I had to buy another one to replace that, so I ended up with 3 copies of Morrowind in the time that I was playing that game. And one thing I'm going to be really, really excited about is when the new port. It's basically the community has taken Skyrim's engine, and they're porting Morrowind over to it with all of its quests, all of its places, with everything, and it's going to be called Skywind. And it's in production it's in development right now, and I actually tweeted, if you follow me on Twitter, I actually tweeted a link to their screenshots page showing what the mod currently looks like, and it looks freaking amazing. I cannot wait to play it. It's you have to own Morrowind and you have to own Skyrim to run it, because it uses the resources from both of the games. But I can't wait to play it, because Morrowind, in my opinion, is the best Elder Scrolls, hands down, the best Elder Scrolls. And I want to play it again. I want to play it on Skyrim's engine. I want it to look fantastic. I want all of the stuff from Skyrim. Like, I like the crafting. Crafting was an excellent thing from Skyrim. And then just everything else, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good, and I'm going to be so excited when it comes out. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to record it, because I don't think I have the processing power to record something like that and play at the same time. So I will probably not be recording that. But you guys can play it if you guys have the games and you have the desire to play it, because it's going to be a fantastic thing when it comes out, when it's playable. And it's under really heavy development right now, which is going to be pretty amazing, because they're doing some pretty incredible things. And I'm just talking the crazy praises of this mod that's coming out that isn't even released yet. But yeah. But I've been enjoying the Dragonborn DLC, so if any of you played Morrowind and you are kind of missing that nostalgic feel that Morrowind gives you, then get Dragonborn, because it's very good. And, another thing about the DLC. I think that Bethesda has, in a way, addressed the issue about freezing when you enter water. Because some of you may know that I have that issue on my PlayStation, where if I am playing Skyrim, I've completely uninstalled it. I've installed everything over again. I've done everything that I can think of on the internet. I've done everything that I can find on the internet that tells me to do, and it sticks around. But basically what happens, if any time I'm playing Skyrim on my PlayStation, if my camera goes underwater, even the slightest amount, like I'm talking maybe a quarter of an inch on a 42-inch screen, if it goes that far underwater, then the entire PlayStation freezes and I have to hard reset it. So yeah, that's gotten really annoying. But thankfully, in the new DLC that Bethesda just released, they now have something that's called, I think they're Adjibzar. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but they're boots that are water walking. And before the Dragonborn DLC, there was no water walking effect in Skyrim. It simply didn't exist. But now that it does exist, I can finish the Thieves Guild. Because if you guys have played the Thieves Guild, then you know in Skyrim, the Thieves Guild, you're in that weird room chasing down the guy, Mercer Frey, that's his name. You're chasing down Mercer Frey, and you go into that one room, and it's it fills up with water, and you have to escape. And I tried for like a week to get through that with that glitch, and it just did not happen, because every time the water would brush across my screen, it would freeze. But now that I've got these water walking boots and I've seen what they do, so basically if you've got them on and you're standing in a room that's filling up with water, instead of like bobbing you into the water, what it does is it puts you directly on top of the water as it rises, and it's very fluid. So I'm thinking that as the room fills up for the Thieves Guild mission, I should be able to stand on top of the water and be fine. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if that's the fix, or I don't know if that's going to make a difference. But I do have a feeling that Bethesda maybe implemented that. They brought that water walking effect in to maybe address the issues that we've been having, and me and some of the other community members having, because it is a known issue and it has been around for a while. But they have not patched it, or they've not done anything to fix it as far as I know. But seeing that this new water walking effect is coming in, I think it might fix it, which will be fantastic, because the Thieves Guild, my character on my PlayStation is a stealth Khajiit. So Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, silent but deadly. Yeah, take that any way you want. Bows and short swords, stuff like that. So the Thieves Guild is right up my alley. It's one of those things that you like have to finish if you're a thief. But I haven't had the ability to finish it because of that glitch. But now, hopefully, these boots will let me finish the guild, or finish the mission and complete the thing, because I've got, I think, 3 or 4 quest items that you gain while doing the Thieves Guild missions, and the only way you can get rid of them is if you turn them into one of the guys who's at the Thieves Guild. But you can't talk to him if you're at the point in the game where I am, where you have to go and chase down Mercer Frey. He just doesn't have the dialogue option to sell him the items. So I'm stuck with like 4 or 5 item slots in my inventory just constantly there because they're quest items, and I can't get rid of them until I finish that quest. So long story short, I'm hoping that these boots will allow me to finish the Thieves Guild quest and basically be a ghetto type fix for the water glitch. And I'm going to try it probably this evening, and I will let you guys know how that goes, because I know some of you guys have the problem with the water glitch. I know Pope has it. Pope's has told me he had the water glitch before. So I'm hoping that this fixes it, because then I'll be able to spread the news that it works, and people that have put down their Skyrim game because of the water glitch will be able to pick it back up again and continue where they left off, which is pretty much what I'm at. I set it down for a while because I couldn't do anything, and then now it looks like I'm going to be able to get back to the old grind and do all that kind of stuff. But this is coming along very nicely. We've got a very, very solid amount of progress going just in this one. And this has been a talking episode. And some of you guys don't like that, but some of you do like that. And some of you just like hearing me rant on and on and on about random stuff. And I don't really understand what some of you guys' fixation is with me ranting on about stuff, but some of you freaking love that. But, yeah, so we're basically, I think we're going to finish off the cobblestone that's in my inventory real quick, and then we're going to call it an episode, because this is basically what I wanted to do today. Is I wanted to do quite a bit of building on here, and I also wanted to talk about Skyrim. I have Skyrim in my blood right now, so I wanted to address my Skyrim kick at the moment, and just basically, I needed to nerd out. I needed to use this as an outlet for me to nerd hardcore about Skyrim, and it's worked, because I feel like a nerd. I really do. I feel like a straight up nerd, and that's okay. That's okay, because I'm a YouTuber and I play games and stuff, and that's fine. I don't mind being a nerd. Nerd isn't what it used to be, I don't think. I think nerd now has more weight behind it than it used to maybe 10 years ago. So I don't really mind being a nerd, and that's kind of a weird place to come from after we're talking about Skyrim, and then just like, now I'm a nerd. Oh, such a random commentary today. Such a random commentary. Alright, so hopefully, I doubt I'm going to have enough to finish this, but it might be close. Oh no, I'm not going to have enough to finish this all the way. And 2. Okay. Well, that's going to be where I'm going to stop today, so, I hope you guys have enjoyed me talking about random stuff in Skyrim and being a nerd and all that good stuff. And I will be doing a Forbidden Ant Farm tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, this is Bowlington, signing off.